I just want to read you this poster that I have because I hear a lot of pro-lifers say that life begins at conception. So my poster reads, life begins when you understand living women matter more than potential babies.
Look at the let's back it up a bit. Can you see the deranged look in these eyes? I take it that everyone on the right side, their right, our left side of the screen here, would be possible conservative. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. I see a bunch of dudes with glasses. I see some dudes over here, some average looking chicks, whatever. This to me looks like the conservative side of the room. Yep. And now we see the other side of the room. What we see here is a very soy infested male specimen. A bad body. We got the mask arrangers back here. We got the green hair, don't care, simulated red. Yeah, let's go.
What is it?
What do you mean?
If it's a potential baby, what is inside of a woman?
It's a fetus?
Is it living?
No.
How can it grow if it's not living?
Actually, that's like saying if an acorn is a tree.
When does the fetus?
An acorn has the potential to grow into a tree. If given the right environment, it will produce itself into a tree. The same thing goes for a fetus. Placed within the right environment, it will continue to grow into a life-size human being. Therefore, it is life.
It's become living.
That's a
When it's born. Now, I'm pretty sure these are the same people. If I said my cat is going to have kittens, they would acknowledge that. They wouldn't say that they're not kittens until they're born. They would just acknowledge that they were kittens.
actually a good question, but that line.
Yeah, of course, because you don't know it. Because it's
Oh,
living.
oh.
It's living.
How about you let her speak?
You're fundamentally denying science to validate your opinion.
You actively deny science, ma'am.
How am I denying? What science did I?
What's with the smirking? Like, they literally clowning around the whole time. They can't be taken serious. Little girls screaming, little boys screaming, screeching. Nobody's going to take them serious. But at the same time, the corporations take them serious, and you can find yourself in a canceled situation.
I deny, Darby.
Okay, so let's look at some posters over here.
But
You don't have to be
I
here.
need you to tell me what science. You just made an accusation that I denied science. What science did I deny?
That it's a child inside of you. It is a clump of cells when you
I'm a
have an
clump of
abortion.
cells. What makes me different?
That you were born. You were born.
So you don't. What you're arguing is that anything that is not born is not valuable of life.
I
the right
did
to
not
life?
say that.
It's subjective. So when does a child or fetus or clump of cells, whatever you want to call it, when does this clump of cells or fetus become living?
When it can sustain
But,
its own life.
but when is that?
Let's see here. Kittens. Let's go back to the kitten analogy reference. Once they come out of their mom, they cannot sustain themselves. Just like a human, we can't sustain. You leave a newborn on a table for a little too long and you'll no longer have a newborn. Same thing with a kitten. You let that guy out your house and it will succumb to the elements, to other animals. It cannot sustain.
When is the sustainability? No, when is sustainability?
Um,
About like 30 weeks to 4, like.
Because like how do you sustain life? Like my newborns aren't sustainable. You can't just have a newborn and they just like live on their own.
Exactly. They don't.
They're not sustainable.
No, they're not.
They need
Exactly.
help and assistance to survive. So is a newborn not worthy of life? Is a newborn not worthy of life?
I do have one thing to say to you. How is it?
It's impossible talking to these people. They jump all over the place. They never answer your questions. They repeat their circular logic. I don't even know why anyone, well, no, you have to debate them. You have to, if we don't know what they're saying, then we could fall prey to any traps that they try to set. It's just hard, man. It's really hard listening to these little kids that know nothing, absolutely nothing.
That when my mom was in college 30 years ago, she was protesting the exact same thing that me and these wonderful other women and men on this side have been protesting. How is it? Why? Why are we still protesting? Why are we still having to talk about this issue? It is a basic human right.
Well, it's easy to answer this. They want to keep society at odds with each other. And when I say they, I mean the governments that are currently trying to reset everything, if you catch my drift. They've infiltrated the mainstream media, the corporate media. They've infiltrated every level of education, from kindergarten through university. And this girl and her mother, who's apparently about 30 years old, or no, her mother was 30 years ago, she was fighting the same fight. They've been affected by the same BS, the same cult-like topics that babies don't exist until they are born, and even then, apparently now, that's up for debate.
To have an abortion, to have a choice.
The reason we're still having the question is because some people don't want to accept the natural consequences of heterosexual sex and be inconvenienced by another human life, and want to selfishly choose to end human life in order to have their whims met. That is why you're still arguing.
And right there, that was the KO. Laid her out. There's not much that she could say after that. You know what I mean? Like, what's she gonna do? At the end of the day, the facts are the facts, and it is what it is. Those kids have been led astray, and their parents have been led astray, and they believe in the same shit. Again, people, keep your head up. This is Bear News. I'm out.